What up?
Dog, you gotta finish FF7. I'm sorry.
Man.
I watched like this fucking hour-long YouTube video just like going over it.
Man. I guess I gotta jump in. Like, I have like so many games going on right now.
But what I understand is you started FF7 and then you just stopped and went to something else. Why?
Well, I do that my whole life. I do that. Like, I go back to things. I never don't go back if I like something. So I don't hesitate to leave.
Yeah, but I don't get it. You were already in it.
I do that. Like, I don't know. To me, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy to me that you like won't start something new until you trudge through all the like homework you have to do with your current shit.
All
like,
right.
Like we both have crazy extremes.
Imagine watching a movie and then like at like the halfway mark you just cut it off and start watching a different movie.
That's different. That's totally different.
That would be insane.
Games,
whoever
especially
does that should be arrested.
Dog, people who make 30-hour games don't assume they're gonna have someone's like full attention the whole way through. Like, that's a crazy assumption to have.
But that's how it should be though.
I don't. The story isn't that fucking intense. That like I'm totally to the point where I'm at now. I'm totally following everything. I'm not losing anything by taking
you played
a break.
the original.
I played like disc 1 and 2. I never even saw the fucking end of that shit.
Well, this would all be on disc 1.
Well, a lot of the Sephiroth shit was pushed forward in the remake to this section. He wasn't really in it that much in disc 1 and 2.
No, I know, but it's I can't. I feel like I can't even talk about it.
All I'm saying is like it's like a movie is purely narrative focused. Like a video game isn't pure narrative. Where like walking away from a movie would be absurd, but walking away from a game, the bigger part of walking away from a game is forgetting how to play it. That's the bigger part of walking away from the game.
Final Fantasy is definitely more story focused than your average game.
But I still think the bigger threat of walking away from a Final Fantasy game is forgetting how to fucking play it when you come back.
I don't know. All I know is it's like legendary shit. Legendary. Like, wow.
Well, I bought a whole bunch of shit on the PSN store, but I didn't start anything, so I'll just hop back into Final Fantasy VII then.
And you know, it's really, I don't know how many hours it normally takes to beat. Like, it took me 48 hours, but that's because I was like
I do everything too.
Painstakingly, like trying to go, and I still didn't get everything, but
that one fucking box.
I know. You know, fucking infuriating. Because then when I realized I missed it, like I tried to backtrack, and like I could get to the area, but I couldn't get to that specific. Like it's like you're hanging off of something. And like you just can't get back up there no matter what.
I hate that.
It's insane. And like it's in this section that's totally separate from like the normal like walking around gameplay. It's like a mini game section and there's a fucking box off to the side. So I'm like, damn.
That's annoying.
Because every environment I enter, I'm fucking canvassing like a fucking SWAT team. Every corner of it.
That's crazy.
To miss that one, God, it made me so mad.
That's kind of like what happens in The Last of Us. Like anytime you have to hold triangle to open a door, and it's like a little animation, I've learned you can't go back through that door. So like I make sure I'm fully done with the room before I have to hold triangle to open it, because that shit's annoying. Yo, I have a question. So The Last of Us 2, they came up with this patch that put permadeath into the game, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna do a permadeath run for my channel. Now I don't know if I should do normal difficulty and try to, which is kind of easy for me because I beat the game already on hard. So should I do normal difficulty and try to do like a genuine, like actually finish the whole 25-hour game without dying? Or should I do like a hard difficulty and every scene will just be so tense and it'll just see how far I can get, like endurance mode? Like I don't know which mentality to go for.
The hard one, because the threat of permadeath, it's like if you feel so confident that you think you can beat it with permadeath on, then it's like it's not even, the tension isn't even there, because it's like, all right, I'm only gonna, I mean, there's gonna be tension, but it's gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna fuck up, like, you know,
right?
Not like I'm not just gonna kill me.
Normal's not like it's a baby mode or anything, but I think I agree with you. But I might only get like 4 or 5 hours in and then die, and then it's over.
I mean, that's fine. No, that's the point.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
If you permadeath and like imagine like if you do normal and you get to like, you know, how many hours you said?
25 hours.
All right, so imagine you're doing like the permadeath run. It's on normal, and you get to like hour 19, and then like. First of all, if it's a stream, you know, it's like, okay, you're at your hour 19, and like you've already shown that you're gonna be able to get through it, and then like you just lose because you fuck up, like that, like you make a mistake, and then you die, and then that's the permanent. Like permadeath should be like you're actually fighting for your life.
Right, like I did think of that. Like, what if I fail on a platforming section or something, and that's how I die? Like, that would be horrible.
That'd be terrible.
All right.
Oh fuck! I just slipped off the cliff.
All right, you gave me the answer I needed. Yeah.
There's a one point there, like in 7 Remake. I don't know how far you got, but have you been to the sewers and shit?
Sewers.
It doesn't matter because it's not even a spoiler per se. There's basically a scene. It's a filler. It's a filler section, and like there's a whole cutscene. Like it's pure filler where like Aerith almost falls into the water or something. It's like it's not even building any tension. It's like, oh no, Aerith's gonna fall into the water. Oh no, it's like, you know, it's not even like a real threat. It's just literally a waste, and it's like, oh, it's a cutscene. It's insane. But hey, you gotta pad the game, whatever. I mean, I don't think it hurts that it's there. I'm not complaining. Like I didn't even think about it, but it's funny that there's a whole cutscene where that happens. It's like it has no narrative purpose. It's just like. It's just this weird moment that's unnecessary.
Were they teasing the moment where Sephiroth fucking murders her? That happens in water in the original game, doesn't it?
I mean, no. He lays her to like he lays her dead body in the Cloud lays her dead body in the water. She doesn't die in the water, and it's definitely not. That's definitely not what it is.
All right.
This is like she's on a platform. It starts to crumble and. She almost falls. It's stupid.
Bro, I have off for 2 days, so I'm gonna start. I'm gonna get back into Final Fantasy VII, definitely.
Yeah. Oh man, I had so much fun playing that game. It was fucking incredible, and some of the boss battles. I did all the extra fucking arena battles and shit. It's a fun game to play.
How many hours you put in?
46.
Dang. Yeah, I was only like 9 or 10 in.
Yeah.
Question is, do I start it fresh or do I just pick it up?
It's fun. I mean, you could probably just pick it up depending on where you are. Like, where are you? What was the last thing like? What's the last thing that really happened? I probably like depending on that. I would probably just say pick it up because I don't think it's like, oh, I gotta start over.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think what I'll do is I'll load into it and I'll look in the menus and my characters and their progression and everything and see if I can just make sense of what's happening and then decide if I want to start it over. But I can't tell you exactly where I am. I don't really remember where, because they're just blowing reactors up. I don't know how to distinguish
I mean, you really don't need, like, you really, that far in, you don't need, I'm telling you, you don't need to restart. Because, you know, yeah, you're blowing up the different reactors, and you met Aerith yet?
Yeah, well, I mean, I met her, but I didn't get her in the party. You meet her very early on,
okay.
like an hour in.
No, but I mean, like, yeah, I meant, like, get her in the party, and... But nah. Like, did he fall into the church yet?
No. And I'm looking forward to that.
So...
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm just gonna jump in. Whatever.
Yeah, so you're not even really far. Daniel House Jr.'s status for the remainder of the playoffs is in jeopardy as the NBA probes a potential violation of bubble protocol. House has denied any wrongdoing.
Bro, he's like 3 days away from going home. But like, keep it in your pants, dog.
He's out for Thursday. Source hasn't cleared him to play in game 4 yet. Yeah, he definitely tried to get some fucking Instagram thought into the bubble. Like, what a fucking idiot.
It'd be smarter to try to sneak out than to sneak someone in, wouldn't it?
Either way is pretty bad.
Yeah, I'd be so mad if I was LeBron and the season was ruined because Daniel House, it's like not even a household name, sneaks an Instagram thotty in.
That's fucking it up for everybody. He's definitely, like, that's ridiculous. Like, this far.
Send him home. I think they need to have a hard line stance. They should never let Lou Williams in.
I think they are. They're saying that his status is questionable, and they're like talking about it, but he's out for the next game. That's crazy.
If they would have taken a hard stance on Lou Williams, this would never have happened.
That's fucking embarrassing. Like, pathetic.
And if Cub doesn't play next game, I don't even know what they're gonna do. They're gonna run five-man rotation for the whole game.
Covington's fine. He's playing. I saw they had a report. He's gonna play.
He looked like he died. It didn't even look that bad, but his reaction looked like he was murdered.
Yeah, some guys. It's always because you never know for sure because you know who knows what's actually going in players' heads. But you gotta. I think we've talked about this before. Like, the amount of guys that probably don't really care about winning is probably a lot. It's probably pretty high. You know, some guys are just like, it's a job. I get my money and go home.
It's a
blah,
job.
Blah, blah. Like,
I don't know about that. I think they could live with losing. It's not like they don't want to win, but like LeBron,
no.
It's like his life mission.
That's what I'm saying.
But you're making something, I'm just gonna clock in, clock out, whatever. Like, I think they care a little bit.
There's guys who, if they lose, it's like, so what? There's guys who are just good, you know? It doesn't matter. They play, of course they're trying to win, but they're not, like, dedicated to it, you know?
Right.
It's like, I'm gonna go out and play, you know, it's like, if we go out and play fucking pickup, it's like, I'm gonna try to win, but... Like, if I lose, it's whatever, and I'm not putting in extra hours to make sure I come out victorious on the fucking park pickup game.
Right, so imagine if you had a 15-man roster up and down where it was all dedicated motherfuckers. That'd be hard to beat. Like,
yeah.
Even skill aside, like, if everyone was a Marcus Smart type or something like that, that'd be hard to beat that squad.
Yeah, I mean, or the real thing is, because I was watching Last Chance U, and they're like going over the different quarterbacks they had, and like how like some of them, like this one guy just like could not understand like how to read a defense, and the coach was like, he just doesn't have it in his fucking brain. Like, his brain is not like he doesn't understand the game beyond fucking, you know, run the ball, throw the ball, pass, see somebody open. He doesn't understand all the fucking intricacies that come in, like, strategy in the game and all the reads that go with it. And it's like, I guarantee you the number of guys who don't really understand the game of basketball is probably really high.
But it's unforgivable because they have every resource in the world to learn it. You know what I mean?
Also, I guarantee you some guys are just dumb. So, there's that too.
But when you're dumb, is there literally like a ceiling on how much you can learn, or can you overcome being stupid with like effort?
That's the question. Because if that was the case, there wouldn't be so many fucking idiots out here.
But like the average person, I understand why they're an idiot. But you take an NBA player with the full resource of his team to like sit there and like, listen, we're gonna drill this into you. As long as you're willing to learn, you should come out better. You know what I mean?
I mean, some people's minds just don't work the same. You know, especially like I think basketball to me is the best sport because it's just there's so many decisions going on at once. It's like no other sport has as many decisions to be made in like a possession. You know, like baseball. There's no fucking decisions being made. It's like, all right, I'm throwing the ball a certain type of way.
You're just reacting in baseball.
Yeah, but basketball is so dependent on fucking decisions. Like, if I go right and I know this guy who's guarding my corner shooter likes to gamble, you know, there's just that in between those two people. There's like fucking 30,000 decisions in there. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's head games.
Yeah,
like you're trying to get under people's skin, like it's a game within a game. It's nuts. Basketball's the best.
Yeah, I think, and like, oh man, it's people don't realize how fucking. I think it's the most complex sport. I think it's more complex than football because football is only, you know, there's the ball doesn't move around to different people to make different decisions. It's like the quarterback is making the decision. You know, it's one guy really. Per possession. There's only like what on a possession of football, only two people at tops touch the ball. The quarterback throws it, and whoever catches it, or the quarterback hands it off, and whoever he hands it off to runs. You know, there's only two people that get to touch the ball. So,
if you look at the actual time of possession during a football game, it's like disgusting.
I know.
It's like 11% of the broadcast they're playing.
It's insane. It's nuts. There's so much downtime. It's like if they, after every fucking offensive possession in basketball, they call it a timeout.
Yeah. Like, well, the refs are trying to slow it down. No, but I think that's why football is so popular because it's really easy to watch without zoning in on it.
Exactly. You can watch the possession and you can bullshit because you know there's going to be so much standing around in between it. But yeah, to bring it back, there's definitely way more people in the league that don't understand the game fully than do.
Yeah, that's why LeBron and Rondo and guys like that have such an advantage.
And that's why LeBron trusted Rondo this whole fucking time. You know, the regular season, I was listening to a podcast on my way to the fucking hospital, like talking about how for like the smart players and like the smart players on good teams, regular season, it's kind of like you're just waiting, you know, because you're just trying to make it through. Because if you're good enough where you're just gonna win. It's kind of like just all preparing, like, and that's why the whole thing with the Bucks played their way all regular season, and then the playoffs came and they couldn't do anything because they didn't have any other like options. You know, once you prepare for them and you understand what they do, it's done. It's the same thing with the Rockets. Where on the podcast they compared the Rockets to a Rubik's Cube, which is like a perfect analogy because it's like you pick it up and it's like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? And then, but once you get it, the Rubik's Cube, the next time you try, you're gonna get quicker, it's gonna get easier. Because Rubik's Cube is just fucking like the people who are really good at Rubik's Cubes. It's just practice. It's not like they're better. It's just they've done it before and they understand how it works. Because the only reason a Rubik's Cube really fucks with your head so much is because it's like you don't have like the key. Do you know how to solve a Rubik's Cube?
Hell no. Hell fucking no.
Well,
but it looks easy once you know how to do it.
Yeah, because there's a key. Like, and once you understand how to do it, what seems so ridiculously complicated, it's like being Neo in the Matrix, and you just understand how it works now.
So that,
and that's definitely the Rockets.
What that means to me, that the secret of winning is not revealing your ultimate game plan until like the game 7 like final moment, and then you come out with some shit they don't know how to solve.
That's like, definitely part of it, and that's why like you know, like they're talking about the Lakers playing the Clippers in the regular season and doing shit that was like not shit that was clearly not the smartest shit to do. Like, just, you know, we're just gonna post up Anthony Davis straight up instead of getting him like in motion and catching the ball. We're just gonna throw it to him on the, like, coming with a strategy that was like not the most conducive to winning. But yeah, if you play this team 4 times in the regular season, you don't want them to have the fucking blueprint on how to beat you for the playoffs. Like, these regular season games, you know, everyone's gonna fucking talk about it on the sports shows like it's a big deal, but they don't matter, like, at all.
And the Lakers still won how many of those matchups?
2. Yeah, 2. And they led by a lot, like, for the first 2 games, but ended up losing, and they lost on like a bullshit call in the second game, the Christmas game. But yeah, it's like you just play regular season, you just play straight up, you don't show your hand, and then the playoffs, that's when shit really gets, you know, down to business.
Dang, that's like true deception, to just come out looking like a different fucking team, and they don't know
it's chess, man. It's chess. It's definitely chess. Bucks got fucked up. They're down. I mean, before Giannis got hurt, they're going to get swept.
Well, coach sucks, dog. Like, you watch how many possessions that Giannis doesn't even touch the fucking ball. He's like trying to share the ball around in the offense. Like, yeah, that coach is whack.
I mean, he always was. It was the same thing with the Hawks. Won 60 games and then
they didn't have an MVP on that fucking team. That's like one trick pony ass coach, dog.
Yeah, but they didn't have an MVP. But it's all. They had what, 4 All-Stars, right? Like,
yeah, but if you have 4 All-Stars, you want to share it around. It made sense on that team. If you have one MVP and like a fringe All-Star in Chris Middleton, you don't want to share it around. It's a totally different scenario. He didn't adapt to the team that he had.
I'm just saying the approach is consistent with the coach to have this fucking juggernaut regular season team that is just exposed in the playoffs, like, consistently.
Yeah. What do you think about these rumors of Billy Donovan on the Sixers?
I don't want it, because I don't really see I want a totally different type of coach.
He seems like Brett Brown to me.
Yeah, he just seems like Brett Brown. He's the same type of Brett Brown. Maybe he's meaner. He looks meaner than Brett Brown, but that's about it. He's the same type of guy. He's that same archetype of coach. You know, I want a totally different archetype. Like, get me the X-player, get me the tough guy. You know, I want Ty Lue. I don't care. Give me Ty Lue.
Is he tough?
I don't need a tactician, fucking X's and O. No, I don't need another one.
Brett Brown was not even a tactician.
Not really. But, you know, did you listen to Daryl Morey on the Ricky?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. What did he say? Like, if you get the coach that really connects with the players, or the fucking supreme X's and O's guy, he's gonna go with the one who connects with the players every single time.
That's crazy. Well,
So
does D'Antoni connect with his players? I mean, he literally has the opposite scenario than what he's professing. D'Antoni's a supreme tactician.
Well, that's
supreme tactician.
That's one of the reasons he's gone at the end of this season.
Have they confirmed that? I thought they reopened the discussion.
I mean, if he doesn't have, you know, with a coach, it's not like free agency. You know, if you want to keep him, you could have signed him. They didn't re-sign him. His contract's over. It's just done. at this point.
Yeah, but the starters were saying as long as the Rockets want to play that style of ball, you pretty much have to stick with D'Antoni. I mean, no other coach is going to do that as good as he is. Like, you have to change the whole style if you want to change the coach.
Oh, who knows? Maybe D'Antoni doesn't even want to be there anymore. Maybe he's just like, I'm sick of fucking James Harden. Like,
sick of this shit.
Alright, let's get this shit. Wait, let's see. What's Emerson's? You are streaming. I'm streaming.
Yeah, I've been streaming, and I was thinking some of that conversation that we were having, like about the permadeath and stuff. I'm gonna put that as part of the series. I think just us talking about it.
Or
like we could hop on and just do a podcast like this sometime.
Yeah, I would say a podcast on the fucking Warzone mode.
We totally could.